Morning, you guys. This is James E. Parks. I'm a glitch in the sacred code. Yeah, we're gonna play this game here, and we're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of politics today, because I've had it up to my freaking eyeballs. So I'm gonna play this game. We're gonna talk about stuff. You know, like I don't like Trump. What the hell is he doing? He must be drunk. Let me make sure I got all my P's and Q's right. Okay, we're good. All right. Get up, boy. Get up, dummy. Hey, I said get up. Why ain't he getting up? I need him to get up. There he goes. Finally.
Hey.
All right, you guys. You know, we got a lot of problems out here. We got a freaking war going on that nobody asked for except maybe Israel. They asked for it and got it. The United States has been kissing Israel butt for ever since they were formed by the United Nations. Did you ever see a map of Greater Israel? And it goes all the way from the Nile to the Euphrates. That's probably their goal. You know, that ceasefire, that was garbage. There was no ceasefire. They was pretending like it was a ceasefire. So now we're all paying $4.50 at the pump. How do you like that? See if we can get over here without getting killed. We need to get out of that stuff. All that mess over there in the Middle East, that don't have nothing to do with us. A lot of people say it does, but it don't. Boy. Oh yeah, I sold that one. I sold that warehouse and my other small warehouse and got bigger ones. Yeah, the main problem we have in the United States is like the way our government system works. It's the people in it, in the government, they're working for themselves and for big corporations. But by working for big corporations, they're working for themselves. You know, they get perks and they get a lot of stuff that would cost a fortune if you or I bought them. But they get them for free. Campaign donations, fancy dinner parties, I don't know, fishing trips like that Supreme Court judge. Hey, what's up?
Sure.
All right, thanks. So yeah, the way our government is formed is what's the problem. You know, like every time one party or the other gets the advantage, they get in there and they vote for a Speaker of the House, right? Hey, what's that? They vote for a Speaker of the House, but who do they vote for? They vote for somebody right out of their own party. What the hell? This car ain't wanted by the police. Go in here and get one. Yeah, so they vote for somebody, one of the other representatives in their own party to be the Speaker of the House, like Mike Johnson. God, I hate that guy. Ugh. Something's wrong with his brain. I do not like it. I think this car's on sale today. Yeah, we'll drive it around. So what does Mike Johnson do? Or any of those partisan speakers that are voted in by partisans? What do any of them do? They block the other party. They gatekeep. In the Mike Johnson case, kiss a lot of Trump ass. Same with all the other Republicans. Well, maybe not all of them, but the major proportion of them kissing Trump butt because they're afraid. They're still afraid of the MAGA base, you know, like getting primaried or something. They're still afraid of that. When the MAGA base has about had it with Trump too, because they all figure that he's a big liar. You know, they figure that they got duped, which they did. Uh-oh, watch out. I see that. So watch out now. You want to get hit by a freaking oppressor. Whoa! Oops. Oh, there's that oppressor. We're going over here. Ooh, get in there, boy. Ooh, you dirty dog. Nick Tosh, I'll get you, boy. Nick Tosh, Bosh. Yeah, you ass is mine, boy. Where'd he go? Can I get on one of them? All right. Nick Tosh, Bosh. Oh, wait a minute. Get back off. Get back off. Hurry. Oops. Get back off. There we go. Now this place will work. Nick Tosh, Bosh, eh?
What you need? Okay, prepare to go ghost.
Thank you. Somebody's looking at me over there too. I see him pointing at me. He stopped pointing at me the minute I got the ghosts going on. All right. Yeah. I just I can remember that guy's name. Posh Bosh or something. There it is. There it is. This is.
Hello, you're through to Merriweather Security Consulting.
Nick Tosh Bosh. There he is. Rank 141. Well, he must feel pretty proud of himself.
We'll get right on that.
Must be proud of himself to knock out a rank 738 driving in an unarmed car. We'll play with him. Oh, the orbital cannon.
What's up with it?
This is going to be this might be a slasher.
Hey, they won't be expecting that one.
Oh, look, challenge complete. This may be a slasher kind of a thing on that guy. Or this whole freaking session here. Yeah, I just woke up. Not long ago.
MMI, we expect the unexpected.
Thanks.
I think we can do that.
The peacekeeping mission was successful. Thank you.
Well, there's one revenge on him. Now, we'll get some more revenge.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
Yeah, I want some wheels. Where's my Jubilee? Hey, where's my Jubilee? Oh, there it is.
It's on the way.
All right. Yeah, see this car? We are in a off-radar area, so if we get killed, or if this car gets knocked out, we will appear right back there. This is I can drive this car or go remote control with it. But we'll drive it over towards the edge of my zone. This car is really tough too. Right here's good. Right, that's my arcade. Okay.
I'm working with Clay Jack.
Here we go. All right, now let's check our map. We are operator. Oh, he's in a jet car. He won't last long in that. People usually die pretty quick in one of those. A lot of times they get into a swimming pool. Oh, it's like you got a swimming pool magnet. Oh yeah, I'm getting back to Mike Johnson. That sucker, he don't need to be Speaker of the House. The guy's a fool. Besides that, we don't need partisans as Speaker of the House. Uh-oh. See there, he's way over there now. Look, see, there goes flying through the air. I think a couple people after his butt. There's that boy. Oh, damn, he took off already. He can't see me. I am off radar. He might have seen me with his eyeball, but not anything else. What needs to happen with the Speaker of the House is whenever the Democrats take control in November, get sworn in and everything later on, the first thing they need to do, what's this? First thing they need to do is to pass a House rule that requires the Speaker of the House to drop out of the party and to vow to run the House in a nonpartisan manner. That's the first thing they need to do. Okay, here we are. This reticule is about window height. Hope for a lucky hit. Where's that bitch? Oh, he's back there. Good. Good. His car's destroyed. I'll run him over. Ha 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 ha, bitch. Ha ha ha. You don't mess with Xenoyer and get away with it. Ha ha ha. There it is again. There's another one. Okay, so I killed him once with the mercenaries and twice with this car. So that's 3-1, I'd say. This car is so nice. Oh, who's pushing me? Oh, I hit my gas. Okay, we will park it over here. Oh, you know what? My off radar area went away because I killed somebody. Yeah, so the Speaker of the House needs to be voted in by the body of the House, and then afterwards vow an oath to run the House in a nonpartisan manner. As simple as that. And they have to drop out of their party too. I mean, that's bullshit. Oh, there's a tank. I'll stick with this guy. He taught me owns that MOC we seen back there. Hey, I ain't after you, bud. Yeah, so they drop out of the party. Vow an oath of nonpartisanship. Woo! He's trying to get me. Vow an oath of nonpartisanship. Drop out of the party and run the House in a nonpartisan manner instead of having all these damn partisan hacks in there screwing everything up and making gridlock and costing us millions and billions of dollars and nothing getting done. Isn't that what it is? We spend millions, billions of dollars to have a government and a House of Representatives and all, and we don't get jack shit done. Whoa. Dead end. Oh, damn, got me. Yeah, we spent all these millions, billions of dollars, don't get jack shit done. All because a bunch of partisan hacks. And I mean, it has gotten bad. Wait a minute, I'll just go in here. It has got bad because, I mean, they used to be like partisans and, you know, always against each other. If you like it, we don't. Blah, blah, right? But now it's just gone like viral or something with the partisanship. It's gone intense. Ever since Obama became president, the Republican Party has been on a rampage, I swear. Hang on, let me move. I gotta turn that one off. Yeah, so ever since Obama got elected president, the Republican Party has been like rabid dogs against anything and everything that the Democratic Party wants. If the Democratic Party wants it, the Republicans don't want it. And it goes the other way around, too. If the Republicans want it, the Democrats don't want it, usually. But for good reason, you know, because the Republicans are coming up with a bunch of bull crap. All for the corporations and the businesses and all that, nothing for the worker. You know, workers pay. I mean, your pay might go up, but inflation goes up more, and you end up like in the hole. Man, let's go down here and get a car out of this other girl. I wonder if that guy will come after me. So yeah, you got these parties fighting each other, and especially since Obama got in office. And the reason why is because Republicans, or like when Obama got in office, the reason why they went like rabid is because the Republicans hate black people. They're a bunch of racists. usually. So that's why whenever Obama got it to be president, they started going rabid against anything. Before Obama was even sworn in, the Republicans vowed to go against every single thing that Obama wanted to do. And they kept the promise, too. Everything Obama wanted, the Republicans were against it. Look up that Groucho Marx skit where it's like, I'm for it, we're against it. That's the way they were. It didn't matter what it was. It didn't matter what the bill was or anything. What mattered was that a black person, Obama, was the president, and they were going to be against they were against black people, you know. But then after Obama got out, oh yeah, don't let me forget about the Tea Party, because Koch brothers, they started that mess, and then you got the Tea Party caucus in there, and they are the ones who was like being all rabid against Obama. Get out of the way, fool! Damn. I'm gonna start shooting here. Too bad, too sad. See how these cars, they maneuver trying to get in front of you. Yeah. So ever since Obama got to be president, that's when the shit started to hit the fan. Hi. You remember Boner? I call him Boner, Bonehead Boner. He was Speaker of the House back then, and he was like total.
Hey, what's up?
Your mama. he was like total against Obama. Hang on a second. Somebody coming up the road here. So Mark Meadows sent Boner a letter signed by a whole bunch of Republicans. What's that daily nightclub? Uh-oh, I better get over there. Sent him a letter saying to tag the defunding of the ACA onto the budget. So the Democrats weren't going to pass another ACA defunding on the budget. You dirty motherfucker. So, it's a poison pill. So what happened is the government got shut down for a while. And all because, for one, corporations and stuff, they didn't like the ACA. Insurance companies didn't like the ACA. So they wanted to get done with it. They don't give a damn if you got a toothache that is killing you. Have you ever had a dry socket? That's freaking pain, buddy. You got to have some medical, The hell with what it costs, What was that? Oh. You see your fellow in pain, and you do something about it. So the Republicans, they don't give a shit. They will walk by you. Not all of them, okay? Whenever I say the Republicans or anything like that, that's not like saying every last one of them, all right? I don't want anybody to get stupid. But the main thing they care about is the bottom line, the almighty dollars. They gotta have that black ink, even if they got a lot of red ink, but they want it to be black ink. Come on, sit down, dickweed. That. Oh, come. That sure is taking its sweet time about sitting down, have an air. Yeah, he's not doing anything. Can't get, only menu I can get up is that one. Yes, they're trying to get rid of the ACA, and they're still trying every which way possible. Get rid of the ACA. I like the ACA. I'm not on the ACA. You know, I'm a veteran, so I get all my care from the Veterans Administration. But I care about other people too. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to change sessions or something. We'll do that for now. So you get all these speakers of the house in there, like Meadows, or not Meadows, but Boner and Johnson, all the others, Pelosi even. All of them are partisan. But they're going to do what it takes to strengthen their party and appease corporate wishes. Because they get all that campaign money from it. But we can't have that anymore. Now, I don't know, maybe that worked a long time ago. But we're in the 21st century. It didn't work a long time ago because George Washington, he warned us about this, about the partisanship of junk. He warned us about it in his farewell address. And a lot of other ones did too. John Adams. They all pretty much warned us about partisanship because they knew what would happen. They knew that how evil it was and what the danger is. Because they saw it for themselves in the British Civil War. They didn't want us to go through all that, but here we are. Damn near. I mean, people talk about Civil War all the time like they want it. You don't want a fucking Civil War. The minute you get a Civil War, like this game, forget about playing any games. Forget about going to the store without bullets flying by your head. You think it's pretty? You think it's nothing? Oh yeah, this is one I sold. I got to reprogram my brain. You go into the ones that I sold yesterday. But yeah, you don't want no damn Civil War. And George Washington, he warned us all about it. Go read the farewell address. He warned us in no uncertain terms that what's happening right now would happen. Here we are. The Democrats, they have a perfect opportunity to do something about it, but they have got to, like, care a little bit more about everybody else and what is right, and do that above their party interests. They have to really be selfless. I mean, this would probably be the hardest thing that the Democratic Party ever done, voting to reduce their power. Can you imagine that?
What's up, homie? Sure.
Is the Democrats get in office, and then they pass a House rule that requires the Speaker of the House and all those committee chairs to drop out of their party, vow that oath of nonpartisanship, run the place in a nonpartisan manner. Okay? So they do that. Now you got a nonpartisan in there. Everybody is fucking amazed because that's what people would be like, what? The Democratic Party? They voted to have a nonpartisan speaker? What in the hell? Damn. I mean, Republicans would never do that. I'm voting for Democrats from now on. See, if the Democratic Party did that, they'd get so much credibility, you know, the cred. They'd get so much credibility that they would be unstoppable. From then on, the Republicans would be trying to catch up with the Democrats. Everybody would love to have a nonpartisan speaker. Everybody that I've talked to, the only objection that they have,
Efe.
besides bogus ones,
You got it. Leave it to me.
the only valid objection they have is how difficult it would be to get the parties to agree to such a thing. That's the only objection. And it would be hard. It wouldn't be easy at all. But the Democrats got to do it, because if the Democrats don't pass that rule and make it where it is non-negotiable, you can't suspend it. You can't get rid of it, ever. If the Democrats don't do that, we're going to go through all this shit all over again and again and again until this country is ruined. Don't believe me? You watch. You just remember my words and hope that what I said don't happen. I want our country to be a good country, not a fucking country that goes around causing wars. Really. Well, the Speaker of the House and the Republicans all giving themselves over to the president, that's what caused it. They rejected this war power resolution to stop Trump from keep bombing Iran. So, I'm telling you, you got to remember that. Nonpartisan Speaker of the House, nonpartisan committee chairs. You can't have it any other way. I forget which ones because I keep talking all the time. Let's see. We'll go over to the nightclub. Everybody's griping and moaning and complaining about how they can't make ends meet. They have to work 2 jobs and they still can't make ends meet. And people complain about that all the time. Well, people like me on Social Security, we complain about it too. But you know what? We get a freaking cost of living increase in our Social Security every blamed year, without fail. It's based on inflation, the consumer price index. See, but why is it that people on Social Security, they all get a raise every year, they get a COLA every year, but the people who work don't? They have to fight tooth and nail to get a damn raise. And if it wasn't for the minimum wage, which hasn't been raised since 2009, they'd be working for nothing. The Koch brothers, they wanted to eliminate that. I mean, we got $100 grand in there already. They wanted to eliminate the minimum wage. They wanted to eliminate every damn thing. And the Republicans would do it too if they could. They'd eliminate Social Security if they could. But we can't let them. So we got zero. What was that? I'm distracted, y'all, by my speech. So, the minimum wage, we better deliver that. Minimum wage has not been raised or the federal minimum wage, since 2009. And states on their own have raised their minimum wages, but it still ain't enough. Hey, where's my truck? Okay.
Well, how about this? You'll be dealing with an actual person this time. Make the first 2 drops, then go meet the buyer's people to deliver the last of the goods. And look out for anyone nasty. The buyer thinks they're being tracked.
All right, I'll do that. Yeah, so everybody can't make ends meet. And the government, our government, that's supposed to serve we the people, won't raise the minimum wage because a bunch of corporations told them not to. Dig it? I mean, why else wouldn't they do it? corporations are paying them to not do it. So how do you reverse that? If you have a nonpartisan Speaker of the House in there, you have a hell of a lot better chance, because bills to raise the minimum wage wouldn't be crushed the minute they hit the House floor. Okay, we might have some opposition here. Yeah, bills that want to raise the minimum wage wouldn't be tabled and stowed under a desk, never see the light of day. Because if you had a nonpartisan Speaker of the House, bills would be presented fairly, you know? It wouldn't be like Mac Johnson. Okay, we got a Republican bill here. We'll talk about that. Democratic bill. Never mind. That one goes in the garbage. Oh, hey, here's another Republican bill. All right, we'll work on that. Oh, look, a Democratic bill. Never mind. Fuck that. You know, that's the way they do. I mean, I might be paraphrasing a lot. But that's how they do. We need somebody in there that's nonpartisan, so they'd be like doing it whenever they come in or something, you know, so, something other than on a partisan basis, right? Give them some landmines. So you might get a better wage if you didn't have a bunch of damn partisans in there. Where in the hell are we going? Oh, way over there, okay. Yeah, if we didn't have a bunch of partisans in there, a bunch of corporate stooges in there, you might get a better wage. You might get something that's beyond a damn living wage, a thriving wage. And then that cola, you know, like I get a cola every January, so you need to get a cola too. You dirty motherfucker. He rammed into me on purpose. You need to get a cola every year too, just like I do. It's only right. It's only fair. You know, you shouldn't have to wait years and years and beg for a raise. Yeah, you should get a COLA. You should get a cost of living increase based on inflation every freaking year. I don't give a damn what job you're in. What a bad. And then you wouldn't have to worry about it so much that you can't, that next year, you know, you'd be like, oh my God, I've been working for 3-4 years and I haven't got a raise yet. You know? I've been working all this time, all these years. No raise. You go in there and ask your boss for a raise because price of everything's going up. Price of this, price of that, groceries, gasoline, childcare, everything's going up, and your pay ain't. It ain't no fair. And think about it too. Now, all those people that own businesses, they're just like you and me. They're no different than you and me, except what they got. That's all. So why is it that it's okay for them to like raise their prices on a whim? You know, if they say they own a beauty shop, right? Hairdressing salon, okay? And the price of shampoo, they get like big old boxes of shampoo from their supplier, but their shampoo, it went up, you know, that box of shampoo that costed, I don't know, 30, 40, I don't know what it is, but say it costs $40. But now it costs $45 because of inflation. Or they're like, well, you know, it costs $45, so we used to charge this amount for, we used to charge X amount for shampooing people's hair, but now we're going to have to raise the price by $1.50 because the price of our stuff went up. But then you lady or a guy goes in to get your hair done, and you're like, hey, I noticed that your prices increased. And they're like, yeah, our costs, they all increased, so we had to increase the prices to make up for it. So them, as a regular old human being, just like you, they're all doing just fine. You know, their pay is keeping up with inflation because they got to pay themselves too, right? So their pay is keeping up with inflation, but then you go to your boss, right, and you're like, hey, you know, the price of this and that. Like I went to the hairdresser the other day, and the price of it all went up. And dang, could I get a raise? You know, like maybe like I don't know, they ask even for a dime. And what happens? They tell you, oh no, I swear our prices, our costs, they've all went up, so we can't afford to give you no raise. And you're like, well, my costs went up too, so I can't get no raise. Really? Come on, boy. Here he comes. Where's that other one? Oh, there it is. Way over there. Who's shooting me in the back? Somebody's freaking shooting me in the back. Okay, where's the next one? I'm getting some lag or something. Oh, here we go. Oh, damn, one appeared again. I see him over there. Where are you, bitch? Oh, I see him. Got him. All right. That's it for them fools. Banana.
Catch you later.
In your dreams. You protected my associate. More importantly, my delivery. Hey, screw you and your delivery. Just give me my money. So you go to your boss and like, yeah, I need to get a 10-cent an hour raise because everything costs so much more. There we go. And your boss is like, oh man, I can't because our costs have went up so much. You know, so we can't give you a raise right now. You know, that month goes by. Hey boss, what about that raise? Think you can swing it now? No, man. I mean, they'll use every excuse under the sun to not give you a raise, no matter how much prices go up. And you've been seeing it eat away at your costs.
All right, well, the buyer's got the product, and you got the profits. Looks like a successful transaction to me.
And it's been eating away at your paycheck year after year after year, and getting worse and worse. You know that cost of living on you, I mean, you're paying, what do you call it, like income erosion or something, paycheck erosion. But how the amount you get for a raise for the last 50 years has not been keeping up with inflation. So year after year, everybody gets a little bit worse off and a little bit worse off. I think lights are bright. Until you get what we got now. So imagine that, if every year you could depend on it, that you would get a cost of living increase in your pay, federal law, and that you wouldn't get some stupid old dumb living wage. Living wage, what's that? Living wage is what my dog gets. My dog gets better than a living wage. A living wage is just bare subsistence. You need a thriving wage because you're a human being, damn it. You deserve more than a dog gets chained up out in the backyard, a bowl of water and some food and a roof over your head. You deserve more than that. You deserve to thrive. That's why you deserve, like, not $15 an hour. I know, fight for 15. They've been saying that for 10 years. Now it should be fight for 25 or something. But you're not going to get it in a partisan Congress that's controlled by corporations. And that's a big part of it too, the corporations. You know, another thing that causes you to not get that thriving wage or that cost of living increase every year, corporate policy. You know, they got all those guys sitting in a boardroom making decisions about your life. And you get to have any input? No. You know who gets to help the board of directors decide what to do? The stockholders, not you, unless you own stock. So, and about the only way that the common folks own stock is through their IRA or something like that. But otherwise, it's all the big slobs with a million shares. They are the ones voting in these corporate stooges in the boardrooms who serve up to the stockholder ever increasing profits that is sliced away from what you should be getting. You got to do something about that. Far out. You have to do something about that. You can't allow. Wait a minute. Here we go. We can't keep allowing all these businesses and corporations to dictate our lives like that. When you're a stakeholder, they say stockholders are stakeholders. But what do they say about workers? They say workers are like an asset. They are a means of production. They treat workers like a commodity. You know, what is a commodity? It's something that you buy and you use it until it's used up, and then you throw it out. That's how they treat you. But you're not a commodity. You are a means of production. But you're not just some commodity. Like if you are a means of production, you are a special means of production. You are the primary means of production. Okay? For one important reason, because without labor, there ain't nothing gets done. That beauty salon that we was talking about, the hairdressers, they don't get shit done without labor. They don't serve the customers. They don't buy their product. Nothing without labor. And that goes for every single business in the United States. Ah, I forgot where I was going. Get out of the way, fool. Go to the casino. But you can't just treat labor like dogs. You know? You got to do something about it. You got to put labor right there in the boardroom, along with all those stockholder representatives, all the other board members. You need to have 50% labor, 50% stockholders. Right? Whenever, like they have election to vote in who's going to be on the board of directors, okay? And the stockholders are the ones who get to vote. And if you got like say 1 share, you get 1 vote. If you've got 1 million shares, you get 1 million votes. So all these people with lots and lots of shares, we got 10 hours. There's a car. But all these, we'll go play the dogs or the horses. But all these people with millions of shares, they vote their buddies onto the board of directors, who then vote to compensate themselves with shares. Dig it? And then, after they do that, they make up rules about what or make up what they want to do, the policy, okay? Now let's go for a long shot right here. We'll go $1,000. Oops, go back. Oh, we'll go 15. That's bad. So, they vote for the people, or their buddies, to go on the corporate boardroom, right? Now you got a bunch of stockholder, corporate stooges on the corporate boardroom who pay lobbyists to go to Washington, D.C. and get speakers of the House to put forth national right-to-work laws. And if you think I'm joking, I'm not, because you go look on Google or something. Right now, they're trying to pass a national right-to-work law, just like in the States. I don't call it right to work. I call it right to get your butt fired for any old reason, you know, if you complain. I'll tell you a little story about me one time. I used to work on airplanes before I retired. One time I was in the cargo pit of the airplane working on something, and like I had to put a lot of force on it, and all of a sudden I heard a snap in my left shoulder. It was a ligament snapped off the fucking bone. It hurt like hell. So they sent me to the doctor. They checked it out. They sent me to some guy to evaluate whether I was faking it or not. You know, so they put me through a bunch of tests, you know, like blindfolded, pick out what this is, name it, like a dime or whatever, a bunch of different things. And he said I was faking it. So I got back on the job. I had to go back to the job and I was trying my best, struggling. I was the top guy. I'm not bragging, but I was one of the top mechanics they had, and I was really struggling to keep up with a left shoulder that was killing me. So finally, I'm doing this job, and my shoulder's hurting so much. I'm about to tell the lead man, hey, I got to go to the doctor, man. I cannot keep going like this. And he's like, well, damn, man, I wanted you to go do this other job for me. I'm like, no, I'm going to the doctor. So I went, found out that the ligament had snapped off. I had to get an operation to get it sewed back on, But they give me a note to go back to work with light duty. So I go back to work, and they're like, well, hey, didn't you know? You'd been fired. Fired for what? For poor performance. My ligament snapped off of my bone while I was busting my ass to work on their airplanes, and then they fired me for poor performance. Let me tell you what. I went out and got me a lawyer, and I sued their ass. Because that's against the Americans with Disabilities Act. Firing somebody like that because, and lying about it. I sued them, and I got a bunch of money from them. Oh, I'm not. Let's see, it's been how long now? Let's see. That was about 30 years ago. No, it was about 20 years ago. Yeah, I can say the name of it. Emco in Dothan, Alabama. That's where that happened. That place, they were bad. And now remember now, corporations with their boardrooms are making all these decisions, right? They had an agreement with Dothan, Alabama, that their company would provide at least 500 jobs for the community. Well, 500 jobs wasn't being provided because people were getting fed up, and they went on strike, and then they got locked out, and they were bringing in scabs and contractors and supervisors doing the work. The city of Dothan was about to shut them down because they were leasing that property. They were going to pull their lease. So they had to straighten up. They were locking people out. People were showing up. Oh, yeah, you can go in and roll your toolbox out. That's it. I mean, and that's all on corporate decisions. What do we got? Am I going to win? I got the horse number 6. Come on, 6. I don't think I'm going to win. Didn't win. Yeah, here's another one. Okay, that's my personal story about a corporation. See, I used to know CEOs and plant managers and all kinds of shit because I became like a manager myself. So here's another. Let's see. Oh yeah, in Indianapolis, Indiana, there was a Carrier air conditioner plant. I want you to look this one up. You'll find it. It's on YouTube. There was a Carrier air conditioner plant that had a company meeting. You've been in a company meeting, they get all these guys in suits standing in front of everybody, maybe on a podium or something, or behind a podium. And they stand up there telling everybody what is and what ain't. Well, the guy got up there and he told all those employees, well, hate to tell you this, but we're going to have to shut the plant down. We're moving it to Monterrey, Mexico. We're moving the whole plant. Everybody, they got pissed. You could hear them. Look up the video. You could hear people saying stuff like, we'll tear this MF up and stuff like that. I mean, people were angry, rightfully angry. And that guy in the suit, he's like, well, it was a hard decision, but don't worry because this won't all play out for at least 3 years. Well, you know what? 3 years is long gone. 3 years happened a while back. So that air carrier air conditioner plant closed their doors and moved it to Monterrey, Mexico, because they wanted to get cheap labor, and they put our people out of work. They didn't have to do that. So how do you stop them, right? You gotta put labor in the boardroom. That's the only way to stop them. If labor was in the boardroom, would they have been firing me and making up lies, you know, saying I'm a malingerer? Would they have been doing that if labor was in the corporate boardroom? Would they be like firing everybody and moving the plant to Monterrey, Mexico if labor was right there in the corporate boardroom? No. Yeah, and Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, both of them, they wanted that. They wanted co-determination. But you don't hear them talk about it now because the opposition to that by corporations is massive. What corporation would want to have co-determination, to have labor reps inside the corporate boardroom? They'll fight that shit tooth and nail. They'd probably kill people to keep that from happening. Honestly, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic or nothing. They killed John F. This is why it's something I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, because you know how all the conspiracy theories go, but I wouldn't count it out that corporations killed John F. Kennedy because he was wanting to pass some laws. What was it? CFR 11 or Executive Order 1110 or something like that. He was about to pass something they didn't like. They would kill to hold on to that power. That's why they send all those goons out there on the street.
In case you were worried about selling these arms and them not getting used, we got a buyer airlifting this shipment right into a hot zone. You'll need big off-roaders to get to the pickup sites, so get in the cab and get on the road.
Alright, where are we going? Over by the reservoir. Alright. Yeah, so our corporations, they pay a lot of lobbyists and goons and stuff to ever keep labor from getting a fair shake, you know, to get co-determination, to have labor's voice in the corporate boardroom. And think about it. It's a two-way street with the corporate boardroom and the Speaker of the House and Congress. If you've got a corporate boardroom that's all controlled by stockholders and a Speaker of the House who's partisan, controlled by, God dang it. Get out of the way, fool. Oh, I'm starting killing people here. If you got a corporation that's, or Speaker of the House that's controlled by all these corporations, and a corporate boardroom who represents exclusively stockholder interests, what is labor going to get? They ain't going to get squat. That's what they going to get. They ain't going to get much. I mean, it's proven fact that business has a hell of a bigger say in corporation or in Congress than the common folks do. So if you put some labor reps 50% in the corporate boardroom, and when they send the lobbyists to Washington, D.C., labor's voice will be going along with them. God. Labor's voice will be going with that guy, and they wouldn't be sending law or ideas for laws like national co-determination law, or national right-to-work laws. They wouldn't be sending that to Washington, you know? They'd be strengthening co-determination, strengthening your paychecks, strengthening a cost of living for you. They'd be strengthening those ideas instead of crushing them the minute they get to the floor, if they ever get to the floor of the house. See, the police consider that. Those two things right there, they are so damn important. Nonpartisan Speaker of the House and co-determined corporations. I mean, we need that badly. The only way to fix things. Okay, I gotta shut up for a minute, concentrate here. Oh boy, I better get some damn meds going. I think I walked in here weak. Oops. Whoa. No, I refuse. I never surrender, ever. Go, go, go. Do more. Go. A little pause after each one, just flat little pause. Come on now. All right. Up yours, buddy. Yeah, so Bernie Sanders, he used to, him and Elizabeth Warren both promoted co-determination, but at different levels. You know, like 40%, 45%, something like that. But it can't be anything less than 50%. Because if you got less than 50%, Labor's going to be outvoted every damn time, and you may as well not even have it at all. You know, so you gotta have 50%.
And that, I believe, is everything sold. Next time you see those weapons, they'll be on the news.
Better not. I'll beat your butt. Yeah, so don't accept less than 50% on co-determination. Unless you want to get outvoted every 50 time. Huh. If you have less than 50% labor in the corporate boardroom, it'll just be a token, nothing more. You'll be getting lip service, and that's it. So why isn't Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren talking about that anymore? I tell you, they get so much huge opposition. They have got to walk a fine line with these assholes. I used to be a delegate in the Democratic Party whenever Bernie Sanders was running for president. And one time I was at a meeting and I was talking to a guy about a nonpartisan Speaker of the House, which is necessary to have in order to get co-determination. So I was talking to this guy about that nonpartisan Speaker of the House, and he says, "Hey, you know, come over here and talk to this guy about that. That's interesting." So I went to talk to, quote unquote, this guy, and it was some It was some representative in Congress. I can't remember his name. I remember his looks, but not his name. Now, as I explained to him that I wanted to have a nonpartisan Speaker of the House to drop out of the party and be nonpartisan, run the House in a unbiased manner.
Watch your step. It's gonna cost a little, but I can hook us up.
Shut up. Anyway, whenever I was talking to him about that, about nonpartisan Speaker of the House and stuff, he got a strange look on his face. Without a word, he turned around and walked away, glancing back at me, literally huffing and puffing. It was like totally disrespectful, totally discounting it without any discussion whatsoever. Like acting like I was some crazy man talking crazy stuff or something. Well, who's crazy now? You know, we all know what's going on. We all see what's happening. That nothing gets done in Congress. It's nothing but fighting.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
We know there's just nothing but fighting in Congress. They talk about, oh, we got this bipartisan bill. The fuck is bipartisan? It's partisan. Bipartisan is nothing but partisan. You know, it's got the word partisan in it. It's by two partisan groups. I couldn't hardly believe it. I'm not in the Democratic Party anymore. Oops. I'm not in the Democratic Party anymore. I'm like registered as no party. I was a precinct chair right here in my precinct, and I was the ward vice chair right here. And I told them they could keep it. And I'll tell you the reason why. It's because the vice president, or excuse me, vice chair of the Democratic Party for the county I live in, they called me and blessed me out and was really being mean to me because I noticed that in the precinct, in the ward, in the county, there was a lot of unfulfilled or unfilled positions in the party. So I started trying to fill them. I put out stuff on Facebook and Twitter and everything, you know, wanting to fill these positions. So she called me up and told me that the chair of the Republican Party for this county called her and told her what I was doing, warned her about what I was doing. I warned her that I was trying to build up these positions. A Republican Party guy called a Democratic Party person to warn them about something. I found that awful damned amazing. You know, Republican helping out a Democrat? No. I think she was lying her ass off. She was lying about it. No Republican ever called her to warn her about what I was doing. At all. She said, "What are you trying to do? Make me look bad?" Man, that was a big tell right there. She wasn't doing her job well enough. Or else she didn't think, or that's why she thought that she might start looking bad. This is an electric car, that's why it don't make much noise. So, whenever that happened, I'm like, you know what? You can just keep this mess. I don't want no part of it. You can look for another precinct chair and ward vice chair. I don't want no part of it. I dropped out of that. I dropped out of the party the next day. Registered no party. Because I realized, you know, it's the Democratic Party, they are marginally better than the Republican Party. I'll grant you that. But, hang on a second. But, parties are the problem all the way around. Democratic Party, Republican Party, Green Party, this party, that party. Here. You know what? I gotta let my doggy go outside. Let me put on a little music, and I'll let my doggy go outside. And here, got money for war. This is my newest song. Listen to it while I let my dog go out. She's starting to whine. Okay, you might even hurt her. Here we go. I'll be back in a minute.
Got money for war. Yeah. Got money for war. Can't feed the poor. What in the hell are we fighting for? Every time I hear a knock on the door, my feet start running when they hit the floor. With no ID, a man in the mask tried to grab me, put me in his grasp. Could have been the cop, could have been the thug. Hard to tell when face down on the rug. Sitting in my car, minding my biz. Masked man rolling up, giving me the quiz. Hey there, buddy, where were you born? Looked him dead in the eye while my soul got torn. They grabbed me, slammed me, pulled me to the ground. When I hit the dirt, it made a terrible sound. All because of the color of my skin, done by people I thought were my countrymen. Got money for war, can't feed the poor. What in the hell are we fighting for? Every time I hear a knock on the door, my feet start running when they hit the floor. They ran my name like it's a race. Said I fit the description, that's all it took. One wrong move and I'm a name in the book. I ain't the enemy, just trying to breathe. While real crooks get away with dirty deeds. They spend trillions overseas, drop bombs from the sky, but can't spare a dime so my people don't die. We interrupt this show for a special report. Damn it. Not again was my retort. But it wasn't war, it's just the moon. I've been expecting the end too soon. Got money for war, can't feed the poor. What in the hell are we fighting for? Every time I hear a knock on the door, my feet start running when they hit the floor. Yeah. Money for war, can't feed the poor. What in the hell? Fighting for.
I'm taking a little break. We'll play us one more song and then we'll be getting going.
I'm an old man my behind. A mirror revealed a subtle lump. Doctor's words gave my mind a thump. Lymph nodes swollen, cancer's mark. A journey begun, uncertain and dark. Radiation burns, chemo sting. Grim Reaper waits, death on the wing. The dance of death to his morbid tune. The dance of death under blood-red moon. Each day drained, strength did wane. Cancer's toll, a relentless pain. 40 pounds lost, a heavy price. Battling to save my mortal life. Your muscles burn, you feel the sting. Grim Reaper waits, death on the wing. The dance of death in his morbid embrace. The dance of death, no saving grace. Doctor's words, a hopeful day. We won the cancer's fight. Gone away, yet scars remain. The pain persists, a reminder of Grim Reaper resist. Nerves frayed, hair all gone. Body weakened, but spirit strong. Pain ebbs and flows like the tide. Caution now, my constant guide. Now I sit with pen in hand, crafting songs, making a stand. Though the body's worn and old, this story said. Hope it helps you when told. Your life burns with suffering bring. Grim Reaper waits, death on the wing. The dance of death, you'll feel the fall. The dance of death awaits us all.
All right. All right, you guys, I'm back. That was one of my songs, The Dance of Death. I wrote that song and sung it. Same with this one. All these songs, I wrote them. I didn't sing all of them, but I sung this one. Here we go. Things don't matter.
Crowning kings with every cry. Don't think too much. Each one
That last song, it was about me when I had neck cancer. That's whenever I lost everything.
don't care about all that. Who made the loudest noise? Who's up the bad? It swallows them all up in the end. Mother, brother, father, and friend. Pulls them into the ground. Oblivion they go. The jungle came.
hearing later. Alright, let's talk. Hey, you know your business partner, Franklin? He knows the shit up here. Hell of a shot, too. Keep your eyes open.
I'll do that. All right. Mother, brother, father, and friend. Oh. Nothing much less your ego. I turn that back up a little bit. Woo! Dang! Go, go! Woo! Dang! I'm a horrible driver. I ain't driving with the damn. I'm just being wild with it. I might change the paint job on this one. Do something other than a camouflage paint job. All right, now, you know, I was talking about how I got out of parties, and I think parties ain't worth a flip. Well, I'll give you an example of how parties ain't worth a flip. Okay, you take the Green Party. Let's see. People like the Green Party. They think they're cool. I go with that one. All right. But I'll tell you what the Green Party did to Bernie Sanders. I don't know if you may not be a fan of Bernie Sanders, but people shouldn't be doing nobody like this. The Green Party, they wanted Bernie Sanders to join up with them and like to be Jill Stein's vice president. Okay? Now he didn't want to. If I go through here, I forget. Now, he didn't want to, okay? So, because he was running for president himself, right? So, because he didn't want to join up with him, they offered him the nomination outright. The Green Party nomination for presidential candidate outright. And You know, so they went from vice president to president, offered him president in Green Park. And he turned him down again. But why did they do that? Why did they like get desperate or something, you know, like, oh man, we got to get Bernie Sanders in here. You know, we'll do anything to get Bernie Sanders in here, even offering him the nomination. The reason why is because the Green Party wants to get that coveted 5% so they can have federal matching funds. Dig it? See? So they figured if Sanders joined up with the Green Party, they could get a bunch of Bernie Sanders supporters to follow along with him and get that 5% that they want so badly. See? So it had nothing to do with what's right or wrong or good or bad or anything. All it had to do with was party interest. What is good for the party? How can we gain more power? Oh, well, if Bernie Sanders is with us, we can gain more power. Hey, Bernie, want to be vice president? Bernie, no, I don't want to be vice president or Green Party. They're like, hey, we'll let you be president. We'll nominate you for presidential candidate, Bernie Sanders. If you join up with us. And he's like, no, I don't want to. It was all for partisan purposes. That's why I won't join a party. I wish I could figure out how to make a non-party party. Dig it? You know, some kind of a, you know, I have a joke, a running joke, that I'm forming an organization. It's the International Organization for the Promotion of Anarchy. Which, you know, that's an oxymoron, a stupid ox. Because, you know, how can you have an organization that promotes anarchy? You know, it's you can't. What do you do? Like, sign up and immediately burn your card? So, yeah, but still, you know, that's the absurd part of it. That I want to have something to get people to work together. Oh, they're gone. To get people to work together for a common cause. You know, for the nonpartisan Speaker of the House, pro-determination, thriving wage, cost of living increase, the people are kind of working together on their own. Interestingly, because, you know, we got all these no kings protests and anti-Trump rallies and all that, because people are pissed. Even MAGA is pissed. I don't know if they're protesting as much as the left, but people are pissed, so they're protesting a lot. They're showing their power. That in my opinion, it's a little unfocused. It's focused, but in a wrong direction. The focus is to get rid of Trump. I'm adjusting my microphone here. Get rid of Trump. You know, vote blue. Get rid of Trump. That's the focus. Right? Reverse things Trump did. But you have to have more. You have to have that co-determination and nonpartisan Speaker of the House. Dead, burn it. If you're going to protest that and demand that. Demand to live a thriving wage and demand a COLA. This is the time to do it. People are pissed. Trump's fucking up bad. Take advantage of this. Take advantage of the chaos for your own good. But I'll tell you a secret. All these protests and everything. Oops, I passed it. All these protests. That's just the tip of the damn iceberg. There's been, like in Minnesota, there were corporations turning around on their attitudes because of all of the protests going on after Good got killed.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
See, they don't want you to know the power of the real power of protests when those protests are taken to the next level, which is striking. They're like over in France. They strike and they get what they want. They tried to raise the retirement age in France and people went nuts. People went absolutely ballistic about it and started protesting like crazy. Striking, all kinds of stuff. They changed their mind about it. See? But the protest is one part, and the striking is the other part. Oh, you nut, dirty sucker? How dare you? There you go. That's what you get for doing that. But there's another component to the striking that has to be added, which really cranks up the leverage. I mean, you tightened the bolt before and torqued it down. What this does is snap the head off the freaking bolt. Alright? It's boycotting. So if you got a national strike going on where a good portion of the people in key sectors are on strike, they don't work at all. No, if you got that, plus yeah, this is one of my new songs. No, King's Day. But if you got that and you've got a boycott, what happens? Everybody don't buy anything. Everybody don't work. All those corporations, they start losing money like crazy. That's what would happen. Because they wouldn't have no customers. You remember what happened whenever the COVID pandemic happened? Everybody couldn't work. Well, not everybody, but most people couldn't work. Most people couldn't shop. You know, you were taking your life into your hands if you worked, if you went to work or shopped. But yet you had people like Jim Jordan trying to get people to go back to work in infected meat packing plants. Come on, dickweed. So you got a boycott too. If everybody went on strike and boycotted, like for 30 days, if they boycotted, like cut their spending back 75%, and 15% of the workforce went on strike for 30 days, it would cause several $1 trillion worth of economic damage to the country. It would take decades for this nation to recover. But what happens though, huh? When everybody, wait, where was I going? I had to plan on, oh yeah. Go to the other place. What happens if everybody's striking? You know, all these strikes are going on and people will cut their spending back by 75%. All those stockholders, they're going to be whining and moaning. Oh man, we ain't getting our dividend check. You better do something about that, all you corporate board of directors. Because we don't get our dividend check. So the corporate board of directors, they be screaming bloody murder to Congress. Hey man, we got to do something about all these strikes and all these boycotts. Because we're losing trillions of dollars. All our stockholders, they're screaming bloody murder. You know, we need to get these strikes stopped. So then the government, they send troops out, the police out, you know, they're all on the street. But it's worthless to them because nobody's on the street. Everybody's at home with the middle finger sticking up saying, screw you. Where are we going? Way over there. Alright. So everybody's like at home, not working, not shopping, kicked back, drinking lemonade, you know, helping out their friends. What are they going to do? They can't do nothing. All there be is like wind and dust blowing on the streets and empty shops. There's nothing they can do about that at all. So then the stockholders, they'd be like, oh man, I thought all those troops and everything, police and junk, sending them out on the streets, I thought that might do something and get this over with so we can start getting our dividend checks back and screwing over labor. But it ain't working. We need to do something else. So that's when the corporate board of directors, they have to relent. They have to say, okay, labor, come back to work. Consumers, come back to the shops. We'll give you that thriving wage. We'll relent. We want to have nonpartisan Congress. We want to have a co-determined board of directors. If only you will come back to work. And the reason why is because those guys, they want profit. They would rather have some profit than no profit. That's the way it goes. You don't realize how much power you got. As a common person, a consumer, you take that element out of the American economy and it shuts down right away. It starts starving right away. Because our whole economy is built on consumption and just-in-time delivery and all that. Whenever the consumption stops and whenever the work stops, the economy seizes up. The stock market starts crashing. You know, bad things start happening. And all you have to do is sit on your ass and do nothing. You don't have to go down the street striking and all that junk. No. All you have to do is stay strong, solid, and go on strike and cut back your spending on everything but the bare essentials. You know? There's nothing they can do about it at all. And they would try, like, the government, get out of the way, boy. The government and corporations and stuff, they would try to get everybody to knuckle under. Oh, look at that car all sideways. They'd try to get everybody knuckling under by trying to affect their food. Dig it? Oh, you'd notice that the shelves at the stores would start becoming empty because they'd be saying, oh man, look, all the shelves are empty. Look at that guy trying to get in front of it. All the stores are empty. All the shelves in the stores are empty. We got to get people back to work. Hey, people, come back to work because all the shelves in the stores are empty of food. But they're the one that caused them to be empty in the first place, not us. So that's one way that they would try to finagle and connive you back to work under their terms is by starving you. Seriously, they've done it before. These elites, they have done that for thousands of years. Use food as a weapon. They did that, like put cities under siege, where food neither came in nor out, nothing. people started starving, and they're like, okay, we give up. That's what these corporations do. I'm going the long way, aren't I? I should have took the freeway the whole way. Oh well. Yeah. You know, have you ever been like in Louisiana or something on the Gulf Coast where they have all those refineries and chemical plants and everything? If you haven't ever been down there, drive down I-10 and look at all the chemical plants and junk. They are huge, and sometimes you can smell it even. But now, I'm not advising anybody to purposely damage machinery, okay? But there's a fact about, there's just one simple fact, is places like that, they must be maintained or manned at all times, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can't shut those operations down. You know, you can't suddenly stop running those without bad things happening.
Nice! We can get the car ready to be disassembled, which means payment won't be far behind.
All them chemical plants and refineries and everything, they've got to be shut down properly. You can't just walk off the job, even when they are shut down properly. It takes a while, okay? And you don't want some of those chemicals hardening up in pipes, okay? And we gotta wait a while to do another one of those. Let's look at how much money we got in here. And you take, like, a lot of factories. You know how many factories there are in the United States? There's a bazillion of them. Not literally, but no, there's a lot. And whenever you look at factories, don't just think about these huge factories like making cars and airplanes and stuff like that. There are a lot of small factories all over the United States. And all of them depend on just-in-time delivery. Keep that in mind. All right, which one of these? Oh, hey, Duggan robbery. Oh, this is one I never did finish, I think. Okay, just-in-time delivery. Imagine if a bunch of truck drivers all went on strike for 30 days. Those just-in-time deliveries are out the window, and so is all these small businesses' schedule. All their deliveries are out of whack too, because they're not getting their just-in-time deliveries. Removing labor from the economy.
Alright,
Hang on.
bad news. The Duggans got shipments of armor coming in for their private security. What the fuck do they think is gonna happen at this family outing? Damn.
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't think you want to deal with all that, right? So the good news, we can make sure that armor never gets to see the big day. Head to this lockup, and then we'll be able to find the other shipments.
Alright. Let's see. Yeah, they all depend on just-in-time deliveries. And all those just-in-time deliveries, all those just-in-time deliveries, they are deliveries from big corporations. So all the small businesses, factories, their schedule gets thrown all out of whack. Their finances get thrown out of whack. They can't pay their creditors. Therefore, the big corporations, they can't either. So, you got people saying things like, Well, you know, if we go on a national strike, we can't be hurting small business. That will hurt small business. I mean, they're not screwing, well, they are too. There's a lot of small businesses screwing people over big time. They say, oh, it's mom and pop business. Well, that's just bogus. Those might be mom and pop businesses. That don't mean mom and pop's like a good person. So all those small businesses, they are getting their products from big corporations. You go into that hairdressing salon we was talking about just a minute ago, or a while ago, and you'll notice that all the stuff on their shelves, all the equipment they have, all the supplies they get, all of it comes from giant corporations. So you have to squeeze small businesses too. Break into the lockup. Yeah, so if you want to squeeze the large corporations who are sending lobbyists to Washington to screw you over, if you want to squeeze them, you got to squeeze small business. I'm sorry. I hate for it to be that way, but you have to. Because if you don't, big business has a lifeline. Uh-oh. I did. Here. Let's try that one. We'll talk about this more in a second.
Hide behind stuff until he stops shooting. Eat this! Stand down, Dick. I'm a fucking Marine.
Oh yeah. Boy, he's tough. They were pretty tough. Yeah, I really am sorry for it to be that way, but that's just the way it is. You got to squeeze small business too. Hey, I want him to. Oh wait, okay. I need to help up. If everybody stuck together like that on a strike and a boycott for 30 days, that's all it would take. But you got to also be prepared. And that's with, like, food. Oh, I gotta destroy it, okay. What will I destroy it with? I guess I'll just use this gun. What's up, little doggy? Velma's visiting me. Come on, blow up. Get over here so we don't get blowed up. All right. Yeah.
They'll have a list of the other shipments in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right, Velma, I see you. I'm kind of busy right now. She's poking me, wanting me to give her attention. There it is. Gimme. I think sometimes my dog thinks that I'm talking to her because there's no one else in here but me and my dog. The back door's open. She can go in at any time or go in and out. She'll come over here and start poking me, wanting me to get her to play or something. Oh, we got to get out of here.
Okay, you see the rest of the armor shipments? Then let them fucking have it.
Okay, we'll let him have it. 4 minutes. Go get this one first, and you can come back for the two. I think people are getting pissed enough to go on a national strike. And that stuff I was talking about with the Democrats, doing the house rule, you know, putting in that house rule, that's part of it. If you don't get that, go on strike. You know? That's the demand. Like, you got all these protests. Oh, look, we got some punk behind me. You got all these protests. We better start using them properly. Start making a list of demands. Not just vote blue. Not just get rid of Trump. Demand number 1. Nonpartisan Speaker of the House. Demand number 2. Co-determination. Demand number 3. Thriving wage. Demand number 4. A cost of living increase every year. If you get those 4 things first, we work on all the rest of the stuff. Nationalized health care. That's a good one. I would love seeing some nationalized health care going on around up in here. Dig it. All right. Armor shipment. Good. I ain't looking for that thing. You don't hardly get that much. There's a few things that I'd like to see nationalized, like food. If you're going to nationalize health, and they thought, wait a minute.
Fucking awesome! Duggan Security will definitely be missing some of their juice without these.
Yeah, screw those Duggans. All right, Dom, I'm busy. You're gonna have to go. Go. He's not going. Let's see. See there, Bobby, now you made me lose my train of thought. Because you're so damn cute. Looking at me with those big brown eyes. Anyhow. I'll remember what it was over here in a second. Well, let me tell you something about myself, so you'll know a little bit about me, and you know why I would say anything like this. I was born in North Florida, back in the late 50s, Jim Crow era. Jacksonville, Florida. I wasn't born in Jacksonville. I was born north of Jacksonville, but I was raised in Jacksonville. My grandpa used to take me to George Wallace rally. I heard the N-word said so many times as a child that it became like just the natural part of the vernacular. I'm not trying to say that's being proud of that. That's brainwashing. That's child abuse. In my opinion, doing the things to me, to any other kid, doing what they did to me, to any other kid, is purely child abuse. Pure and simple. You know, you don't teach some kid to be a racist. You know, to hate people. That's awful. That's terrible. That affects their whole life unless they can get out of it like I did. I was lucky enough to extract myself out of Florida, you know, and be in other cultures and stuff and learn about other people and like, you know, like, damn, that's dumb being a racist. That's stupid talking all that bullshit. So I stopped. I joined the Navy because I was a poor guy, high school dropout, no future. So I joined the Navy, and that's where I got my start. I wish our nation would allow people to join the Navy or the military, without a high school diploma. Now you have to have one. I didn't have to have one. And I made something of myself. I learned a trade. I know, it's sad, isn't it, Bill? All right, where we go? All right, the glasses. So I learned a trade. I learned how to work on airplanes, and that kept me with good work all my life. Worked for Lockheed, worked for Grumman, worked on like J-Stars, GC-10s, and 747s, A6s, and F4s, and all kinds of stuff. And I was a high school dropout. I did that for 20 years before, actually about 30 years. You know what? That sucker's down in that hole. All right. So even though I was a high school dropout, I was able to join the Navy, and that made it to where I could work on airplanes, become a supervisor, a lead man supervisor, work in planning. Where is that sucker? This is up there. There it is. Damn it, bro. Okay. I got out of all that stuff by joining the Navy. Worked on airplanes for 45 years. I got a GED in 2005. You know, I was telling you about my shoulder getting busted a while ago? That's when I got my GED. Because I couldn't work, and they fired me, you know. So I decided to work on getting that GED because I had time on my hands. So I studied some, you know, and got ready for the test. I took the GED test, and I was totally gobsmacked because whenever they had the graduation ceremonies for the GED, it turned out that I was valedictorian to the whole frickin' state. I scored higher than anybody in the whole state on my GED test. You know, I was amazed because when they said that, I didn't expect them to say my name whenever they were going to say that. Honestly, I did not expect it. So I got to make a speech and stuff. It was pretty cool.
All right, bring the car in. We'll salvage the parts and get paid in no time.
Okay, we'll turn this one in. Yeah, so I got to be valedictorian. You know? So, I kept on working on airplanes after I got better and stuff. Worked for Helio Enterprises and I was a depot level maintenance, or depot level, or what do you call it? Fixed base, FBO. There you go, FBO manager. Oh yeah, I've been out of working on airplanes for about 13 years now because I've been retired that long. But yeah, so I was an FBO manager. Whenever 9/11 happened, I lost my job 3 days later, and so did thousands of other aviation workers. I always said that. Delegate for the Democratic Party. So I've been studying a lot. For the last 13 years, I've been studying all about politics and all the crap that's been going on. So it's not like that I'm, just pulling shit out of my ass. That's right, I dashed my damn lamp. So what do we got here? Alright, VIP pass. What?
The Maze Bank has been around for like a million years, so they're constantly renovating the place. Now there's a bunch of abandoned areas, including a workshop. There's got to be an old VIP pass in there somewhere.
So just because, like me, you had a rough childhood in gangs and shit, runaway teenagers, just because shit happens, I don't mean you have to stop. But our nation needs to start giving people a chance. Realizing that people have it tough when they're a kid, giving them a break, letting them join the military or whatever, Job Corps. They want to eliminate Job Corps? I went to Job Corps. Sons of bitches. That is one of the best programs out there for disadvantaged youth, and they want to eliminate it.
I know this place is abandoned, but don't attract too much attention, unless you want to meet the Maze Bank security team early.
They want to eliminate Job Corps. You need to fight that. Eliminate Job Corps. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit because I'm getting a little upset here. Turn my mic off for a little bit, y'all, and I'll just concentrate on this for a while because this shit pisses me off to no end.
From here. Get the pass and get out.
Retreat! What's my name, bitch? Get down! Fuck off! Drop it! Let's go! weapon! You and... ¡Hijo de puta!
pass out and ready.
I'd love to be in there with you. All that stuff.
Hello.
Okay, there should be an elevator that goes up to the private box. Once you get in that box, get your weapons out. They are not gonna let you get anywhere near that car.
Son of a bitch! You're about to get hit by. Hey, look out!
fitted with EMPs in case people get bored. And if I remember it right, the seats with green lights should have a tablet that controls the drone. do you hear beeping or... Oh no, yeah, that's definitely beeping. Holy shit! Bomb! Oh, blowing up the car must have been part of the show. We gotta get it out of there before it goes off. Oh, I met this guy Howe at the LS car meet a couple of weeks ago. You know him? He's a trip. Anyway, head over to his spot right fucking now. I'll let him know you're on the way.
Time to get paid. Take the vehicle to terminal. Everything is set up for it to be shipped over to Yusuf in Liberty City. I told him all about it, all the history behind it, and everything. He is so fucking pumped. Jamal brings me good news. This is what I'm talking about.
my friend. The rest of the American workforce applied itself with the same diligence and disregard for other people's property as you, this country would be in a very different place. I'm telling you now, I should get you up to Liberty City to give a seminar to my foreman. More! Keep the hits coming, baby! take turns joy to pain that live. So I rise, I fall, I break, I spin, searching for something that's never been. What am I waiting for? What am I trying to gain? Another night of misery, another day of pain.
What you carrying lately? So what you looking for? Lamar always been a stay strapped.
Wake up in the morning and rub my eyes. Look at the clock. 2 a.m. long before sunrise. What's for breakfast? Put on the coffee the very first thing. Do it before I drain my ding-a-ling. TV on all night with some old sitcom show. Oh, strong coffee table, stub my toe. Every morning it's the same old thing. Hot coffee, cold pizza, drain my ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling. Make me run. Prostate squeezing ain't no fun. It's cold outside, I'm staying in here, hanging out. Every restless night. Rich pizza pie, turn on the light and blind my eye. Every morning it's the same old scene. I'm standing when I drain my neck.
I'll be taking classes at Nightlight.
Well,
Everybody
Keys on the table beckon. I don't understand it. Data whisper lies. Do one thing they said. I see nothing. Zero views. Zero. Nothing. One impression, maybe me. Testing my patience. Breaking my heart. Blowing fuses in the algorithmic I used to make a couple $100. Now, not a push, not a beat, not a whisper. Scroll through dashboard like a ghost. 400 impressions from a video about nothing.
Pathetic. Something different.
I do everything and nothing different. Silent stretches.
Okay, you guys, I'm getting ready to log out after this song right here. Leave it on for 3 hours, 16 minutes. Had a good time. Sold, killed, loved, killed. I will talk to you later.
A visible comment in the void. One, my butt, my booty tank. 4 views on a test. I don't believe it. Ask the question it can't answer. I just